Greetings, everyone. Well, it's package opening time again here on the Multimedia Chronicles. We received a pair of packages from longtime viewer bwrosas. Yeah, no hints as to what's in them other than he said he thinks I'm going to really like what they are. So let's check it out. Two from bwrosas today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so I think I received this one first, so let's open up this one first here. Let's see, we got, no idea what they are, just that I'd really like them, he said, so let's see what we got in here. Let's see. Okay, first up we have, ooh, very nice, very Halloween-y. We have a Midnight Movies 4-movie pack here. You can see, there we go. With Morons from Outer Space, Alien from LA, The Man from Planet X, and The Angry Red Planet. Very nice. These Midnight Movies ones are kind of hard to find now, too. I remember I had a couple of them a while back, just some of the double features. And when did this one come out? Let me see here. Came out in 2011. Yeah, so these go back a little ways. I think some of these movies have had re-releases since. Like I know The Man from Planet X and Angry Red Planet, I think, had special edition Blu-rays from Scream Factory, both of which I'm pretty sure are out of print now. So hey, at least I can finally see the movies. So that's excellent. Right? Nice Halloween-y stuff here. And then we got something else. We have a Blu-ray. We have, ooh, very nice. A double feature. We have Student Bodies, which I've seen. That movie is hilarious. It's a great send-up of slasher movies. And Jekyll and Hyde Together Again. Excellent. Those are both ones I've actually been wanting for the collection. That's awesome. Thank you so much, dude. So, yeah, Student Bodies is great. It's basically just a send-up of, high school slasher movies. And it's one of the earliest examples of like a horror comedy, like a modern horror comedy or 80s horror comedy, I guess. It says it's the world's first comedy horror movie. However, there were some older ones back in the day, like Comedy of Terrors and a bunch with Don Knotts and such. So, but I think what they mean is it's the first like proper horror movie that's also a comedy. Anyway, Student Bodies is great. Jekyll and Hyde Together Again, I've never seen. I've actually been wanting to check that out for a while. Because, I do love all the iterations of the classic monsters. Let's see what else we got here. We have what appears to be a burned disc. We have The Raccoons and the Lost Star, which I'm guessing is one that is not available on DVD. So that's excellent. I actually do have the Region B collections of The Raccoons. The Raccoons, of course, was a Canadian animated series from back in the 80s. It actually started as a series of specials. I remember seeing those when I was a kid, and then I watched some of the regular series when it became a regular series. So, very cool. So I'm guessing this is like the movie or something that they did. I'm not overly familiar with it, but thank you very much. And then we have, a couple more things, a couple more burned discs. We've got, let's see here, Robin Williams at the Met. Oh, from 1986. So it's an old Robin Williams special. Very nice. Can't go wrong with some Robin Williams. And we have, what is this? The Wolf House. And the Wolf House stop motion WTF movie. Okay, very cool. Interesting. He always sends me some cool rarities on DVD-R that you just can't get any other way. So thank you very much for that. I will definitely enjoy checking those out. Then we got a big freaking letter. Let's see what we got here. From August 30th. Yeah, sorry it took me so long to get around to the package, dude. It's been a crazy fall, basically. Says, hey, Sean, or hi, Sean. Yeah, it's been a long time. 6 years, actually, since I last sent you a package, and boy, have things changed a lot. For starters, it seems we both made major moves into new homes. You a little before me. Yes, I did move into a larger apartment in my building. And on top of that, I was let go of my job of 6.5 years at Walmart, so I'm looking for a new job, and YouTube is providing some income for me for the time being. Well, that's good. At least you got something going. Anyway, I hope you and Rosie are doing well, especially since this whole blasted COVID thing started, and hopefully it will be mostly over with or by the end of the year. Yeah, we're both vaccinated. We still wear masks anytime we go out, just trying to keep safe and stay healthy, you know. Also, I want to apologize for my constant tagging of you on Twitter. I just wanted to share my thoughts on certain things with you, so again, my apologies for that. No worries. I know it was just because you're excited about stuff and whatnot. I just, you know, I prefer not to get bombarded with things, you know. But that's okay. It's all cool. Now, I unto the package. I think these movies will be something you will enjoy, especially during Halloween, and to get a good laugh out of occasionally. So I hope you like them, and get some good use out of them. Now, on to some questions. You always have some questions for me. We'll get to the other package in a second here. I'm guessing there might be another letter in there, so we'll just kind of go as we go here. One, you seem to be one of the many that like Masters of the Universe Revelation. Oh, yes, he did some rather negative videos about that. Why? Did you have a feeling it wouldn't be a true sequel to the Filmation series since Universal owns that, or was it something else? No, I thought the animation was terrific. I really liked the voice cast. I thought the story went in interesting directions. And also, bear in mind, we've only seen the first half of it at this point. The second half is coming out later this month, I think, November 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. This video will hopefully go up before then. And, you know, a lot of people were complaining that He-Man wasn't in it a lot. It focused more on, like, side characters and such. But I didn't have a problem with that because, I mean, those side characters had interesting stories. So, I mean, for me, it's more about just, is it an interesting story? And I liked what they did with it. It wasn't quite what we expected, but that's okay because what they did, to me, was interesting. And apparently we're going to see a lot more He-Man and Skeletor in the second half anyway, so it's like it's only temporary that they're... I mean, it's only a 10-episode series. We've only seen the first 5, right? So I'm looking forward to the rest of it. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So, yeah, that's why. How do you feel about live-action shows doing animated episodes once or twice a season, or even doing a whole season in animation? Do you think it's a good or bad idea? The reason I ask is because the final season of Lucifer on Netflix is doing that in its 3rd episode, with the same animation team behind Harley Quinn. That's a series I'd really like to see more of, by the way. I've only seen a couple episodes of it. And they seem to be going the Looney Tunes route with it. Thoughts? I didn't actually know that they were doing that. I haven't seen Lucifer. I am familiar with the character from the comic books. In particular, the character originates, actually, that iteration of the character originates in the Sandman comics by Neil Gaiman, and then was later spun off into his own series, which, you know, ran for quite some time. And it's that spin-off series that the TV show is loosely based on. It's one I've been meaning to check out for a while because I think the concept is really interesting, but I don't really know much about it. As to, you know, doing animated episodes, I did see that one that Supernatural did a few years ago where they crossed it over with Scooby-Doo, and I thought that one was great. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it was like it was almost like a PG-13 Scooby-Doo. There was a lot it was a little gorier, it was a little more intense than what a typical Scooby-Doo story would be, but I thought it worked really well. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if they do something interesting with it and it's entertaining, I'm down, you know. And also, I mean, as you know, I collect Doctor Who, and they've been doing animated versions of a lot of the missing episodes where they only have the audio tracks because fans recorded the audio back in the day, but they don't actually have the full episodes, like with the full audio-visual episodes. So they've been doing animated reconstructions of those using the original audio, much as they would do a cartoon, where with a cartoon they record the voices and everything first, and then they animate to that with the aid of a storyboard. So that's kind of how they've been doing these Doctor Who stories, is reconstructing them in animation using the original audio and stills of the original show to piece it back together and basically bring it back to life. So I think, in that case, it's great because we get to see these old stories that have been lost forever brought back to life in this new form. But as for modern shows doing it, yeah, I mean, I think it's fine as long as it's something interesting. And I haven't seen a lot, but what I've seen, I've been okay with. I think like as a once in a while treat if there's a good reason for it. Like in the case of Supernatural, I mean it made sense within the context of the story, right? So, yes, have you seen the streaming service Retro Crush? If so, what do you think of it? No, I don't know if we actually have that in Canada, so I don't really have anything to say about that. What was your thoughts on the Image Comics take on the Ninja Turtles when they had the publishing license? You're talking about that, it was a shorter series, I think, wasn't it? Like only about 40 issues or so? I remember they had some very controversial storylines, like Raphael joins the Foot Clan or something like that. And it's kind of seen as just another alternate universe kind of take on the Turtles. I've heard mixed reviews of it. I've never read it. I've only read about it. So I know they did put out a couple of collected editions of it recently, and I'd be interested to check that out. But, yeah, I don't know. I can't really say much about it because I haven't read it. I've only heard about it. But I do know some people that are big fans of that run. So, each to their own, right? I mean, for me personally, I kind of prefer, I guess, a more traditional take on the Turtles, where they're the good guys, Foot Clan are the bad guys, whatever. But I don't mind, like, if they take things in different directions. Again, if it's interesting, like the IDW series apparently is fantastic, and they've done some very controversial storylines in that over the years. Like there was one where Donatello apparently almost died, and fans were just outraged, and I don't think he did. I think he came back and, he got healed or augmented or changed or something. Anyway, life goes on. But I mean, that's part of, you kind of got to do that when you have such a long-running franchise. Like I know there's been some storylines in the Sonic the Hedgehog comics over the years that you had some issues with because they went in some crazy directions. But I mean, that's just kind of the nature of the beast when you have a long-running franchise like that, is you got to mix things up sometimes. You can't just keep doing the same old all the time. It's going to get boring. So, yeah, throw some crazy shit into the mix and see what happens. If it doesn't go well, just say it was all a bad dream. If it does go well, then cool. You've gone off in some interesting directions. So, I'm pretty open when it comes to stuff like that. So, I would definitely give that series a chance at some point. How do you feel about the SD/BD directive that Discotek and others have taken as of late? Honestly, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic because it means you can fit more episodes on a disc in SD, DVD quality with a, with a slightly higher bit rate, sharper color than DVD would allow, and it doesn't take as many discs. So you can save on shelf. So, someone like me appreciates that. So I think it's great, and I think it's about time, honestly. I've always felt that it would only be a matter of time before companies sort of embraced the additional storage capacity of Blu-ray for content that's only available in SD, and just, be able to give it... I mean, because with SD on BD, you can fit like 50 episodes of a show on a disc, and it'll look exactly the same, if not a little bit better than the DVDs. So, yeah, I'm all for it. Bring it on. Bring more, please. And finally, here's a big question. If you were to choose 4 animated shows from the 80s to throw onto Blu-rays, SD to BD titles, which 4 would it be? So, SD, so assuming there's no high-def masters or film masters, hard to say. Because there's some that I'm sure they have some kind of film prints. Like Transformers, I know they've got the work prints, so they could conceivably do full high-def versions if they kind of manually fixed the shots and whatnot that aren't complete in that version. So that's possible. They could do full high-def versions of something like Transformers. I think G.I. Joe, they have film prints as well. So stuff like that I would love to see just get full-on Blu-ray releases in high-def. Ones that don't... as far as I know, Thundercats only has standard def masters. I'd love to see that get like some kind of deluxe Blu-ray release. It would be nice. You could fit the whole series on like 3 or 4 discs, all 130 episodes. And, maybe throw in the Exodus movie as well, which has the extended cut of episode 1 edited into it. Jason the Wheeled Warriors, as you know, I'm a huge fan of. I would love to see that get some kind of Blu-ray release or SD Blu-ray release. Adventures of the Galaxy Rangers is another one. Great show. Cops, another one. Big favorite. Some of those actually have had SD Blu-ray releases over in Germany. You probably heard about those. They're region B locked as far as I know, but and also don't have the English audio tracks. So as attractive as those options may be, they're not really viable options unless you speak German. But of course you want the original audio anyway. But yeah, so that's that. So yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, there's quite a few that I think it would be great to see get that treatment. I know that Discotek's been doing it with a ton of old anime shows and everything, and I wish, you know, I wish I could afford to buy more of them, because there's some great shows that they've put in, some real classics from the 70s and 80s, just terrific stuff. That's all now, Sean. Take care of yourself and Rosie. God bless. Brian Walmer, a.k.a. BW Rosas. Alrighty, so that is package number 1. Let's carry on to package number 2. I think this one was direct from Amazon, so there probably isn't a big note in this one, but let's take a look-see here. I don't know what this is. He said, the first one he said, I think you're going to like this, the stuff in this one. This one he said, I think you're really going to like the stuff in this one. So I'm going to like this even more, apparently. So let's take a look here. So we have, oh, we got that. All right, what do we got here? We got, okay, we got something, and we got, let's see what we got here. We have a gift card thing. We won't read that until after, just in case it gives away what it is. And let's see what we got here. Okay, so it is wrapped up. It has a bit of heft to it. Let's see what we got here. We have, they like quadruple wrapped it. Oh no. We have the steelbook, the 4K steelbook of the Transformers. Wow, look at that. Now, hold on a second here. We have gift card. We got, hope you enjoy this 35th anniversary edition of the movie. Also, I map quested your address. Okay, that's just creepy. Please don't do that. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I should mention something. Basically, you don't ever have to buy me anything Transformers, because I'm going to buy it myself. So, I now have 2 of the Steelbook. There we go. But thank you very much. I appreciate that, dude, very much. I definitely appreciate the thought there, and maybe I'll just hang on to this one as a collector's item for a while. I have a few like that, sort of duplicates of limited editions and such that, you know, kind of saving for a rainy day when funds are tight. But thank you very much for that, dude. Order and return information, just basically all the receipts, the gift receipt and everything. All right, excellent. Wow, that's a lot of good stuff. Thank you very much, BW Rosas. Much obligated. I was gonna say obliged and then appreciated, and it came out sideways. Anyway, thank you very much. Really appreciate it, dude. There's definitely some great stuff there that I am going to enjoy. Alrighty, well that is it for this one, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to check out BW Rosas' YouTube channel, I will of course include the link in the description, so be sure to give him some love there. He does a lot of videos all about cartoons and Sonic the Hedgehog stuff and all kinds of goodies. Talks about does closer looks at his collection as well, taking some inspiration from me. I think he even got a music stand recently, so taking a lot of inspiration from me. So thank you very much for that. Very, very flattering. Alrighty, well that is it for me to you for now. Hope you enjoyed. As always, big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. Big thanks to you for watching. Be sure to catch me on Twitch. I stream just about every day, and I will see you next time. Until then, sayonara.